Hey everyone, Mike from O Suite Hospitality, and in this video I'm going to walk you through one of my Make.com automations that I use every single day. This flow automatically takes my daily sales report emails from my point of sales, pulls the PDF attachments out, runs them through a text extractor, cleans them up with ChatGPT, and then sends the parse numbers straight into a Google Sheet. And from there, I can use the data in other applications like my food costing app, which I'll show you in a future video. For now, let's run through the automation step by step. And the very first module is a Microsoft 365 email module. That's a search messages node. So I've set it up to search only inside my sales report folder, which is where my emails are routed in Outlook to automatically go to that folder from my point of sales email address. I sort them out. You find the main folder right there. I do sort them out by the receiving date and time and descending order, so that the newest report comes up first. And I like to limit it to 2 because I get 2 reports a day, one at the end of lunch and one at the end of the night. And so I like to pull both of those out. In between there, I've added a filter that we want to process unread messages. So we're going to set up a condition here. Is that message unread? The condition is read is false, and we get this is read from inside of our previous module right down here. It says is read true. So we're going to save that, go on to the next node. Is a Microsoft 365 get a message node. So this pulls the full message using the message ID from the previous step. Once we've got the message, we move into another Microsoft 365 node for listing attachments. And what this does is my sales report always comes in as a PDF attachment. So this step lists out what's attached to the email. And we want to set up that same message ID that we have from that previous one. And that's the output of this is going to list our attachments. From there, we've got a filter. We want to check and make sure that the email had attachments. So we are checking a condition. Does that email have attachments? Is that true? If it's not, it's going to stop the automation and go back to square one. And I also want the content type of that attachment to be this form, the application/PDF. Just so that we know we're getting the correct attachment. If it doesn't meet those conditions, it stops right there. Okay. Once we know that there's a PDF, the next step is another Microsoft 365 email node called download attachment. And this, I point back to that original message ID and grab the attachment ID from the attachment step. So you'll see these little numbers here. That's in relation to these steps. This one, it's kind of hidden back behind here, but we're getting the message ID from number 28 here, and we're getting the attachment ID from number 9 there. Before we move forward, I've added another filter to confirm that the data actually exists, that the PDF downloaded successfully, and that content type matches the PDF again. It's just more of a safety check before we send it on to our Google Drive. So then we move on to our Google Drive. We're going to upload that file to our Google Drive. So I've connected my Google Drive here. You go in, you can select the location from your drive. You can name the new file. There's a lot of different options you can use for this. And I've actually used the Microsoft 365 Outlook download and attachment automatically maps it out for me. And that sends that attachment to my Google Drive, so it's now saved there. From there, after Google Drive, it goes into pdf.co. This is a free app. At least there's a free level to it. You can, if you're using it a lot, you may have to pay for an upgrade, but that depends on your usage. But this service takes a PDF, quickly converts it into plain text, and I'm going to open it up here and keep it on simple, fast, no layout, convert PDF to text. And again, you can just take this file straight from there. That passes it along. Next, I pass that extracted text into ChatGPT, and I have set up a custom assistant within my OpenAI account called the Sales Report Master, and its whole job is to take that raw text and turn it into clean JSON. The instructions I gave it are very specific. It only pulls the numbers that I care about, like food sales, food discounts, offsite sales, offsite discounts, and then the grand total. But that here, it takes this message from pdf.co and feeds that into the sales report master assistant. And what we get out of that is parsed or JSON. So we're going to need to parse that JSON, meaning split it up into the categories that we need, the structure that we need. So we take the result, as you see here, the result comes from this ChatGPT OpenAI node, and then we structure that into our data structure. So in here I've set it up to where I've got our food sales, food discount sales, offsite sales, offsite discounts, and grand total sales. So that'll take all the information that ChatGPT parsed out of the text into JSON, and we'll then have those numbers formatted properly so that when we move on to the next Google Sheets module, this is where we send the data into the sheet that we want it to go to. So in here I've got my Google Drive or my Google Sheets connected. Into my Drive I've got the correct spreadsheet ID here. You can do that manually as well if you want to put the actual spreadsheet ID in there, but it can be automated like this too, and pops up with simple, easy to use kind of click instructions there. You click your sheet name. Let's say we're going into food sales, and contain headers, yes. So here we pull in the sales date, the food sales, discounted food sales, offsite discount sales. I'm leaving the grand total sales empty because I'll just do that in a formula in my sheet. So, and then last but not least, I like to mark that message red. So I have another update a message Microsoft 365 node here. Get that message ID from earlier, and we're gonna mark it as red. This one I have the message ID coming from number 12 node, because that's going to be the one that actually corresponds to the one that we have opened and used the attachment from. So once that all runs, that's it. It automatically populates that information right into our spreadsheet here, into our Google Sheet, and you're good to go. You can use that in all sorts of different areas of life. So that's the whole flow. So I've got this set up to run daily at 3:19 a.m. because my sales report should come in, if everything's working properly, at 2:01 in the morning. So I've got this set up to run at 3:19, just in case anything happens. I could have it set to run instantly right after at 2:02, right, and get that data boom, 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 and right up to date. For now, this is how I've got it set up. And so that's the whole flow. Email to attachment, attachment to text, text to JSON, JSON to Google Sheets. It's a huge time saver, and it means my daily sales numbers are always up to date without me or my management team lifting a finger. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how I use this data to power my food costing app. If you've got questions about how I built this flow, drop them in the comments and I'll try to break it down even further for you.